much money is there on Earth? Imagine if you could gather all the money. Every dollar bill, every coin, every number sitting in a bank account. How much would it be? And here's the real question. Do all those dollars even exist in the real world? Today, we'll find out how much money actually exists, where it is, and why most of it is something you'll never see or touch. When we think about money, most of us imagine paper bills, coins, and bank cards. But that's only a small fraction of what actually exists. In reality, money today takes many different forms, some you can hold, and some that exist only as data. Let's break it down. Physical cash and coins. All the cash in your wallet, every dollar bill and coin around the world, adds up to roughly $8 to $10 trillion. That's all the paper money issued by governments, plus coins in circulation. If you put it all together, it would barely fill a few large warehouses. So physical money is only about 2% of the world's total wealth. The rest is invisible, living inside banks, markets, and servers. Bank deposits and digital balances. The next layer is digital money, what you see when you open your online banking app. Checking accounts, savings, and electronic transfers. This part of the system holds about $70 trillion globally. It's still money, but it's entirely digital. Together, cash and bank deposits make up what economists call broad money, around $80 trillion in total. Stocks, bonds, and financial assets. Now we enter the world of investments, the place where most money hides. If we add up the value of all stocks, bonds, and mutual funds across the globe, that's another $400 trillion. Real estate, the world's biggest store of wealth. This one might surprise you. The largest chunk of global wealth sits in real estate. Homes, offices, land, hotels, everything humans have built or owned on the planet. As of 2025, the total estimated value of all real estate worldwide is around $370 trillion. Gold, silver, and other precious metals. Then we have the classic form of money. Goldline Humanity has mined about 210,000 tons of gold. That's worth roughly $15 trillion. Add silver and other precious metals, and you get around $20 trillion in total. Still, that's less than 2% of the world's total wealth, proof that gold standard money is now just a symbol of stability, not the base of the system. Cryptocurrencies. And finally, the newest layer, digital assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Together, all cryptocurrencies are worth around $2.5 trillion in 2025. It's small compared to global markets, but massive for something that didn't exist 20 years ago. Crypto represents the idea that money no longer needs a bank or government, just code and trust. If we add everything together, cash, deposits, financial markets, real estate, gold, and crypto, we reach an estimated total of about $900 trillion to $1 quadrillion in global wealth. How money is actually created, the secret of modern banking. Most people think governments print all the money, but that's not true. In reality, banks create most of the world's money every single day. Here's how it works. When you take out a loan, for a car, a house, or a business, the bank doesn't hand you someone else's savings. It simply creates new money by typing numbers into your account. That money didn't exist before. It was born the moment you signed the loan. So every new loan is like a small birth of fresh money in the system, and that's why the amount of money in the world always grows faster than the amount of goods we produce, because most of it isn't printed, it's created from credit. Where money disappears, just like money can be created, it can also disappear. When someone pays off a loan, that money doesn't move to another account. It's simply erased from the system. It's gone. The bank cancels that digital money because the debt no longer exists. The same thing happens when companies go bankrupt or markets crash. Billions of dollars in value can vanish overnight. It's not that the cash was burned, it's that confidence and credit evaporated. Fun fact, during the 2008 financial crisis, over $30 trillion of global wealth disappeared in less than a year. Not because anyone stole it, but because the system revalued everything lower. In the modern world, money is born from trust, and it dies when that trust breaks. What it means for us, the real distribution of money. So how much money exists isn't the real question. What truly matters is where that money is and who controls it. Today, more than 50% of all global wealth belongs to less than 1% of the population. Interesting fact, if global wealth were divided equally, every adult on Earth would have about $80,000. Money is not just paper or numbers. It is trust, power, and opportunity. And the more you understand that, the more control you have over your share.